Good afternoon, everybody. Usually people who know me would expect now that I would just dance around and scream around and be loud and provoking. But I have to be honest, I'm going through a tough time in my life at the moment. And it's hurtful. It brings you to a place where you're reflecting a lot of things in life. And also, to be honest, I had an idea of what I wanted to talk about, and I think that is a very, very important thing that I should share with you. But I didn't know till even now how I will do it. But I hope that you will get the essence of what I'm trying to share with you, because I believe it's a very, very important moment in our industry. If you look at the last week, and maybe you were attending a lot of speakers, lectures, seminars, everybody, not only this week, but also in the last 5 years in our industry, is talking about what will change, how you should catch up with the next technological leap, what is the newest trend that you have to follow. And even marketers and clients are completely confused because it's always this race against time that you cannot win. And interestingly, nobody is talking about what will never change. And because of that, we lost the connection to the real world. We are living in a bubble, celebrating creativity or an idea of creativity, and awarding stuff which don't have any kind of relevance to the real life. And we're just fooling ourselves. I decided to call this speech "Do This or Die," and "Do This or Die" is coming from an ad that Bob Levinson wrote back in 1969, where he's talking about, and you could actually rent this ad today, 1-to-1, where he's talking about that in this industry there is a tendency and there's a big danger that we are so busy tricking ourselves and tricking the people that we are losing the true essence and the real existence of why we are doing what we are doing. So if you have the chance, you can find it on the internet, or you will find it and you should read it. The interesting thing about that is that shows to us that even 40 years ago, this industry had always a tendency of forgetting about the real values, the real purpose, and the real reason of existence. I want to tell you 3 stories today. The first story is about truth. I'm traveling a lot, but if I'm home, I don't know if it's home. Home for me is not a place. But if I'm in New York, I'm taking the subway every morning. One reason is I don't have a driving license. I'm doing car advertising, but I'm trying to make it now. One of the lot of stuff that I'm trying to change at the moment. And I'm taking the subway in the early morning around 7 o'clock from Brooklyn to Manhattan. It's a ride of 1 hour. And the people who are sitting in the subway are nurses who are going for an 18-hour shift, construction guys, mothers of little children who are bringing the kids to school before they are going to work. And if you sit there and you look at them, none of them has the time or interest or the passion to interconnect with anything which is coming from our industry. Zero. And we're forgetting that. They are not interested in advertising. They are not interested in brands. They are only interested in things that are relevant and that are adding value to their life, which solves their day-to-day problems. And we here, not only we, but also all the people who are not only from marketing and advertising, but also from technology side, lost the focus to that, lost the connection to real people. We are talking about social web, we are talking about IPs, we are talking about data, we are talking about all this shit that doesn't mean anything in real life. Take the most amazing, innovative idea that you saw here this week. Go out to the old town of Cannes. You don't even have to leave Cannes. And show it to somebody who is living here. Show it. And we have to start to really put and look at ourselves in the mirror and says, there's something completely going wrong. I show you something. It's a video. Maybe you know him, Louis C.K. He's a famous comedian. Is a little bit talking about the truth of the madness. And I will tell you why what you see here, one-to-one, is applying to what we are doing at the moment.
My daughter was having a dance thing at her school. They had this big dance. Anyway, we all went, all the parents, and everybody's there, and everybody's got their phone. Every single parent. It was an amazing thing to watch, because kids are dancing, and every parent is standing there like this. Every single person was blocking their vision of their actual child with their phone. And the kids, I went over by the stage, and the kids, there's people holding iPads in front of their faces. It looked like we're all in the witness protection program. Like the kids can't see their parents. And everybody's watching a shitty movie of something that's happening 10 feet. Like, look at your fucking kid. The resolution on the kid is unbelievable. If you just look, it's totally HD. Why are you taping this? You're never gonna watch it. In a million years, you're not gonna watch videos of your kids doing shit you missed the first time it happened. You don't watch it, you just put it on Facebook. Here, you watch it. I want to take a nap now. And then you get to read all the comments. Oh my God! It's so cute! And guess what? They're not watching it either. They're not watching the video. These kids are dancing for no one.
It's funny, but if you apply it to what we are doing, it's really sad. That is exactly what we are doing. 99% of everybody who is in an industry, either at the advertising or media or on the other side as a marketer, is exactly doing that. And you know why? Because we believe in our arrogance that what we are doing is important for the real life of people. And it's not. The only purpose of this industry, and I believe that, is to try to create relevance for the life of people by helping marketers, companies, to connect them and delivering the message and the benefit to the people that they have something which can make my life better, easier, and more efficient. That is our job. We are salespeople. We are selling stuff. And we cannot sell stuff if there is nobody outside interested in what we are talking about. And at the moment, we are only selling shit to ourselves. And that is the biggest danger. The biggest danger for this industry is not that somebody else from another side is coming and will kill us. We are killing ourselves by getting lost and forgot about the true purpose of this industry. And we are getting cynical about it. So that is about truth. Second story that I want to tell is about love. Actually, I'm more than 25 years now in this industry, and I did all the different jobs. I started as a controller, and I was an account guy, I was a strategic planner, and then I became a creative. I'm still trying to become a creative. It's a long journey. But I was thinking about what was the reason I joined this industry, and I still love it. The reason was not to get famous. The reason was not to stand here and receiving an award. The reason was that I'm surrounded with amazing people, with different backgrounds, with different talents, with different expertise, who are dedicating themselves to help marketers solving their problems and connecting them to the real life. And that is the most amazing industry you can be in. That is the reason. That is the only reason. But, especially in the last 5 to 10 years, I believe, we forgot about that. We are getting more cynical, we are more negative. We forgot about what is actually the reason that we are loving what we are doing. The reason we are doing what we are doing and we are loving what we are doing is not to stand here and receive an award. Winning awards only means that you are good in winning awards, that's it. And that is not the purpose of waking up every morning and going to bed every night. When was the last time that you went home and you said to your kid, you know what, I'm really proud because I won a lion, a bronze lion, in the category promo and activation in Cannes. And your kid went nuts. And she, when was it? And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying awards are not nothing. But I think we have to reorder the order. Stick back to the purpose of this industry. Use your creativity, your expertise, and use technology as a tool. Respect the human beings outside. And connect products and services and brands to people and bring them value. And if you do that, your clients will add value to their business, you will help people outside, and you will get the recognition, but the right recognition. I show you something. It's from Mad Men. It's from the first episode where he's talking about his cynical way of looking at advertising. And it's very, very interesting because it's so true.
She won't get married because she's never been in love. I think I wrote that. It was to sell nylons.
For a lot of people, love isn't just a slogan.
What do you mean love? You mean a big lightning bolt to the heart where you can't eat and you can't work and you just run off and get married and make babies. The reason you haven't felt it is because it doesn't exist. What you call love was invented by guys like me to sell nylons.
Is that right?
Are you sure about it? You're born alone and you die alone, and this world just drops a bunch of rules on top of you to make you forget those facts, but I never forget. I'm living like there's no tomorrow. because there isn't one.
I don't think I realized it until this moment. But it must be hard being a man, too.
Love was invented by guys like me to sell nylon. It's a tough one. I really believe that we have to start now, and that is maybe the latest moment, to re-navigate our values again. To not start to transform ourselves to something because there are stuff happening outside in the world that are forcing us to change. And I'm not saying we should not adapt fast. We have to adapt fast. We have to catch up. But we have to also just sit down for a moment and reflect about what is the true purpose of this industry. And I think people like me have to do it because we are in a position where it's not about having a title and running around and say that you are, I don't know, chief asshole officer of some fucking agency, because we have one responsibility, and that is the only responsibility we have. We have to guide our clients through the toughest time that is happening at the moment, and they are lost. But instead of guiding them, instead of taking their hand, carrying them through life, we're just confusing them. We're just trying to bullshit them. And we just blame them that they don't get it, and we are smarter. And we have this responsibility for the next generation. The young people who are here, who love it to be inspired, our responsibility is to teach them the right things. To give them the values that made this industry great. And then they will stand for something. And if they stand for something, they will have their own power. They will have their own position. They will have their own reason of existence. At the moment, we are not standing for anything. We're just a bunch of people who are falling in love in phony ideas who were made to impress a jury room. No. That's not a nice thing. The third story, or the third thing I want to talk about, is about responsibility and purpose. And I'm getting angry by saying that, but I'm saying it because I believe a lot of people this week having the same feeling, but they don't have the gut to say it. How many ideas, concepts, innovative technology, cases you saw who are getting awarded, who are running under the label of an NGO, or trying to solve things, or helping people? And how many of them were made with the purpose of the people involved, that they truly believed that they want to do something to help people? And if you look at it, and that is the sad thing, 90% of all these ideas were done by people who wanted to have a nice idea and packaging it right to send it somewhere where 25 other shitheads sitting in a dark room looking at it, and they are falling in love with it and give it a prize. And that is more than cynical, that's criminal. And we are just sitting here every night and celebrating. Somebody told me, a young creative from India, from DDB, told me, She saw a documentary latest in India where they were going to the slums and interviewing the kids because of the whole phony, made-up NGO ideas. And the kids were saying there's 2 months a year where all of a sudden some fancy people are coming to the slums and they are asking us to talk to cameras. And they are very nice. But then they disappear and they are not coming back anymore. I don't want you to have the impression that I'm completely negative or... No, really. Or cynical or in distance to this industry. I love it. But I truly believe if you are not looking at this industry with a critical point of view, if you're not reflecting and re-evaluating the real purpose and the real values, you cannot produce quality. You are not doing anything. That is the reason I'm doing it. Again, it sounds negative, but I'm doing it because I love it so much. Still, it's one of the greatest things that happened in my life. To find a purpose in this industry, I believe that. And I still believe that this industry, the people who are among us, have the talent, have the expertise, and have the background and the passion and the dedication to use all that to change the world for the better. And it's not a slogan. It used to be a time, 80 years ago, where an advertising agency had an impact on society, on culture, on music, where people were looking at what they were doing not as something which is completely irrelevant, but which was something interesting, valuable, and meaningful in their life. I still believe if we are refocusing again, if we stop falling in the trap of phony ideas, of this technology thing, and all the bullshit that we are in, if we just refocus again and stay where we are, that we have, as one of the few industries, the real possibility and the real power and the real talent to make the world a little bit better. Before I'm finishing, and I didn't want to talk 45 minutes because you guys, it's a long day and you should also have some fun and not only seeing a guy like me standing there and shitting around. I show you one video. It's a video of Steve Jobs. Maybe you know it, but maybe you don't know. The possibility that you don't know it is bigger than that you know it. And he was interviewed during a time as he failed at Apple, and he started Pixar, and he started Next. And he's talking about, and that is the great thing, he was a creative. And to me, a creative is not about, I'm somebody who can come up with a funky idea. A creative is somebody who truly believes that he and she can use his talent to change things, to form things in a better mode, to elevate stuff. That is a creative. And he was a creative. And he's talking about how he sees life and why he believes we can actually change it. And we should actually, from time to time, remind ourselves about that. Because it helps a lot to refocus again.
When you grow up, you tend to get told that the world is the way it is, and your life is just to live your life inside the world, try not to bash into the walls too much, try to have a nice family life, have fun, save a little money. But life, that's a very limited life. Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact, and that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. and you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use. And the minute that you understand that you can poke life and actually something will, if you push in, something will pop out the other side, that you can change it, you can mold it. That's maybe the most important thing, is to shake off this erroneous notion that life is there and you're just going to live in it, versus embrace it, change it, improve it, make your mark upon it. I think that's very important. And however you learn that, once you learn it, you'll want to change life and make it better, because it's kind of messed up in a lot of ways. Once you learn that, you'll never be the same again.
Remember our purpose. Find the relevant truth. Be honest to yourself. Respect people. Use your talent. Don't waste your talent by falling into the trap of doing stuff which are completely irrelevant. Or die. Or die. And I believe, seriously, as an industry, that is the moment where we have to actually do that, or we will die. And not because that Google and Facebook are catching up. They are selling advertising. Because we forgot about our main purpose. We forgot about ourselves and where we are standing and what we are standing for. Thank you very much. Have a great day.